What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, take a look at this picture. Take a real close look at it, because this is what's wrong with boxing, in my opinion. One of the things. There's a couple things that we could fix in the sport of boxing, but this right here is one of the things that is wrong with boxing, in my opinion. So, Victor Ortiz tweeted this out. Floyd Mayweather and Canelo, please, when they come my way, I don't dodge/hide. Um, it's not really threatening, so some of you might be like, oh, Ego, maybe you're reading too far into this. But I'm not. Victor Ortiz, he's been on various media outlets. I've seen him on different interviews. He said he wants a Mayweather rematch. Um, he got, I think, 2.5 million or 2 million for his fight with Mayweather's biggest payday ever. And he had an opportunity to shine. And despite if you like how that fight ended, because I didn't even like how it ended, I think, I would have much rather it go the distance or played out in a more typical traditional fashion. However, the reason that the chain of events that took place was because the man who just tweeted, Victor Ortiz, he was getting frustrated and he decided to leap off his feet and headbutt Mayweather, which opened a whole can of worms, and everyone knows how that fight played out. Why I say this is what's wrong with boxing is because a lot of fighters have this sense of entitlement where they feel like, based on popularity, based on their level of pull or whatever leverage they think they have, they feel that gets them an automatic title shot. And to me, I think it should be earned. I think it's something that should be earned. And unfortunately, in the sport of boxing, you have fickle fans who will complain when certain fighters are given a title shot, or they don't want other fighters to have a title shot, yet they're in agreement, or they have no problem with other fighters based on popularity. And I don't think that's right. I mean, Robert Guerrero gets a Mayweather a shot at Mayweather. He's earned it, whether you think he's a full-fledged welterweight or not. He was undefeated for maybe 11 years. He hadn't lost a fight, something right around there. He only had one loss. One was a no contest. Um, he had two solid performances against welterweights with punching power, and he rose to the occasion to beat those challengers. And some people were still up in arms about Robert Guerrero, saying he was a cherry pick, and even though he was a mandatory, he didn't deserve the fight. Yet some people want to see people like Victor Ortiz get a shot, or people like Amir Khan get a shot. Based on what? Based on what have they done to align the boxing gods, or to put themselves in a position to get that shot? Amir Khan, he's looked suspect and lost 2 out of 4 of his last fights, I believe it is. Something like that. But he hasn't looked great in his last 5 fights. And he definitely didn't win majority of them. Or convincingly win majority of them. So why should he get a Mayweather shot as of right now? Not saying he could never get one, but how about you do something in the sport that warrants that type of fight, or a fight of that magnitude? Same thing with Victor Ortiz. Victor Ortiz has been out of the ring for over a year. Instead of coming back after a devastating loss in a fight that he was winning with a broken jaw, he decides to try to up the ante and maybe build more fans in a different route outside of boxing, which was Dancing with the Stars. And then he got kicked off. Now he's requesting the winner of Canelo versus Mayweather. I just don't. Whoever wins, I don't see it. I don't see if Canelo beats Mayweather or if Mayweather beats Canelo. I don't think he's put himself in a position, or he's earned that. He was in a position to fight Canelo had he got past Josesito Lopez, which he failed. So in both situations, based on his performance and based on his actions, or whatever you want to call it, he didn't get the fight with these two guys. Or actually, he did fight Mayweather, but he didn't get the desired outcome based on him, based on what he did in the ring. And then as far as Canelo, he was winning the fight with Josesito Lopez, and they were already setting up. It was already announced via Golden Boy that if he got past Josesito Lopez, he'd be fighting Canelo in September. And unfortunately, he didn't win that fight. So I just don't. What warrants him being on a long layoff due to an injury, not coming back immediately to the sport? What warrants him the winner of this fight? I just don't see it. And this is just one isolated instance. I'm not just picking on Victor Ortiz. There's a lot of people, even Canelo to a degree. Canelo was calling out Mayweather before he fought a legitimate 154 pounder with Austin Trout. Now that he has, now he's getting the fight that he wanted. It makes sense to me. But as far as certain fighters, people complain when they're talking about making a Devin Alexander, someone who has a belt at the weight class that Mayweather fights at, or one of the weight classes, someone who's has a solid resume with great names on his resume. Whether he won or lost, he's still been in the ring and probably gained valuable experience from fighting those fighters like Timothy Bradley. Um, People like Robert Guerrero, they get flack when the Mayweather fight's mentioned, or it's not even just Mayweather fights, just fights in general, fights with the Klitschko's, anything. To get a Klitschko fight, what have you done? What have you done to deserve a Klitschko fight? You can't just call a guy out and just, oh, I'm the best. So, like, put yourself in that position to earn that spot, earn your stripes. And that's the moral of this whole video. Let me know what you guys think. Based on popularity, favoritism, draw, fan base, do you think fighters should dictate who they get in the ring with, or do you think that should automatically be given title shots based on that? Let me know what you guys think. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.